Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, boxing fans. Welcome to another episode of World Championship Boxing. And today we are talking about the greatest performances of Errol Spence Jr. And I am joined once again by One Silva. How you doing, man?
Hey, good evening, Logan. Good evening, fight fans. As we talk about three of the greatest performances of one of the top 5 fighters on the planet today, who I thought career had ended yesterday morning in this incredible crash, Magnum TA type crash, where his Ferrari was totaled. You look at the pictures of his Ferrari, and you're like, how the fuck he survived? And, you know, they always tell you about wear your seatbelt? Wear your seatbelt, right? He didn't wear a seatbelt, and it actually saved his life by not wearing a seatbelt, because without wearing a seatbelt, he was catapulted out of his car, and he did a tumble, and had he had his seatbelt on, he would have been crushed in that car and killed. He was ejected from his seat. Not wearing a seatbelt saved his life. Unfucking believable.
Wow.
He's in stable condition right now, but with no broken bones, no broken legs, no broken neck. When you look at the total car, you think that's it. He's got to have a broken clavicle, a broken neck, maybe paralyzed. No. They said he has several cuts across his body and face, but he's in stable condition and is expected to make a full recovery. So we'll see what happens. I don't see him fighting at all next year. You got to recover from this. He's 29 years old right now. So we're looking, Logan, at maybe 18 months out the ring and probably 31 years old when he comes back into the ring. Oh, yeah, because he was born in March of 90. So look for him to return in 2021, and we'll see from there. But unbelievable that he survived this crash. Look at the pictures of the crash. They even have videos. The car was doing somersaults and shit. Unbelievable. It's just crazy how some people die just by being rear-ended, and their head hits the steering wheel, and boom, they're dead. This guy got catapulted out of the car like he was ejected like a rocket, and he survived.
All right, so let's talk about these. What are the 3 fights you want to talk about?
All right. The 3 fights we're going to talk about from April 16, 2016, in the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, against Chris ALGIERI. Then January 20th, 2018, against former multiple champion Lamont Peterson, and from June 16, 2018, against Carlos Ocampo.
Okay, so let's talk about his early career. He was in the Olympics, right?
He was an outstanding amateur boxer and came a fight short of fighting for a medal. He missed the medal rounds. He made the quarterfinals in the 2012 Olympics. And after losing, at the tender age of 22, he turned pro. And right away, you could tell upon his first pro fight that he had all the tools. What I love about Errol Spence's style, is that in the tradition of a Meldrick Taylor, Sugar Shane Mosley, is he's a boxer. He's an aggressive boxer. Everything comes off his jab. He bangs the body. And Logan, no wasted movement. You have never seen this man one time in his career waste a move. Everything he does is is to hit you, and he's a very underrated defensive fighter. Tremendous fighter. The total package. You want to see a welterweight, you want to build a welterweight, this is the guy you want to see, because as shown in the Sean Porter fight, he's got a very good chin. He's 5'10", which is the quintessential height for a welterweight. That's the perfect height for a welterweight. Built like a train. Tremendous. And probably another reason why he survived is his physical condition is on par with anybody that's ever fought in the history of the sport. I mean, he stays in shape. He doesn't blow up between fights. He stays between 155 and 165 before he goes down to 147 to fight for a title. I mean, I love his style. And as a southpaw, that aggressive, it's a lot to deal with. A lot to deal with.
Definitely. So take us up through the fight that we're going to talk about first.
Okay, so, I mean, he just destroyed everybody. I mean, nobody came close to doing anything in his first 19 fights. His 20th fight will be the first fight we talk about against Chris ALGIERI. ALGIERI coming off being knocked down 40 times before losing a 12-round decision to Manny Pacquiao, went on to fight Errol Spence. And so people are looking, all right, ALGIERI's a cute fighter. But ALGIERI, if they fought 20,000, matter of fact, if they fought tomorrow, they carted Errol Spence into the ring after this car accident, ALGIERI's still getting knocked the fuck out by Errol Spence. There's no contest. The skill is, he loves it. There's no, they're not on the same in the same stratosphere. This fight was all Errol Spence as he pumped that right jab and he beat the hell out of the body. Another thing I want to mention, in the fourth round, he dropped ALGIERI with a beautiful left cross. Right now in boxing, the best left cross in boxing is Errol Spence's. Remember the left 2 weeks ago, the fight on the line, 11th round, he dropped the Iron Chin Sean Porter with a picture-perfect left cross. Any other heavyweight on the planet today would have been stretching out. It's Sean Porter's great chin and heart that had him get right back. His glove barely touched the canvas, and he was hurt, but he was able to survive before losing the decision to Errol Spence. That left cross is a thing of beauty. Dropped ALGIERI in the fourth round, and 2 times thunderous left crosses dropped him in the 5th round. Second time almost knocked ALGIERI through the ropes, and the referee said, nah, that's it, baby. That's it. Good. You did what you could. 5th round knockout for Errol Spence, who now became the number 1 contender for the IBF Welterweight Championship held by Kell Brook. Well, May 27, 2017, Errol Spence goes to Sheffield, England, Kell Brook's hometown, in front of, I believe it was 40 to 50,000 people, sold out audience in Sheffield, England for Kell Brook. The crowd, and any fighter that goes to Europe, this is how you know Errol Spence is a great fighter, will be a Hall of Fame fighter, even if he never fights again. The great ones go to your backyard and beat your ass in front of your fans. And Kell Brook at this point in time was an undefeated fighter. Kell Brook had just come off defeating Sean Porter to win the IBF title. And Kell Brook, for the first 5 or 6 rounds, gave Spence problems because Kell Brook's a cute fighter, moves a lot, but Errol Spence broke him down to the body, knocks him out in the 11th round, and almost completely destroyed his eye socket.
Really? Kell Brook's still fighting, though, right?
Yeah, Kell Brook is, as a matter of fact, Kell Brook twice had his eye socket almost destroyed. It was fractured twice. First by Triple G, and then a year later by Errol Spence.
Wow.
But I can understand Triple G. Triple G is a full-blown middleweight. Errol Spence is just is the same size as you, and Errol Spence did the same damage. And Kell Brook's still fighting, but he's a shell of his former self because of the 2 beatings he suffered at the hands of Triple G and the great Errol Spence. So after destroying Kell Brook, we go to the next fight of January 20th, 2018. Once again, in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Spence loves to fight in New York. Even though he's a native of Dallas, Texas, Spence was born in Long Island, and I think he was a baby when his family moved him to Dallas, Texas. And he will be on the short list of greatest fighters ever to come out of Dallas, Texas, if he's not already the greatest fighter ever to come out of Dallas. He fights Lamont Peterson, and this was a one-sided.
Oh, my God.
This fight, it was criminal. This Peterson, he maybe landed 20 punches in 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Maybe. And he went to Peterson's body like he did against Sean, like he does everybody. Another thing I forgot to mention about Errol Spence. Him and Canelo are on a short list when it comes to the best body punches in boxing today. It's him and Canelo. They're on their own. They're on the own level. And then I would put Crawford at number 3. Those are the 3 best body punches in sport today. Because what they do when they go to the body with precision and with purpose, they want to kill you to the body. Spence is a tremendous body puncher. Logan, talk about your impressions of Spence, the body punching.
Yeah, he's just like, you were talking about the 3 greatest body punchers. They're also the 3 greatest fighters right now. So
what? Yo, you can't. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you.
So that shows you that the greatest fighters go to the body. So they know that that's how you bring down those hands. That's how you expose that chin, and that's how you knock people out. So
if it wasn't for his body punching, he would have lost to Sean Porter. It was the body punching that was able to keep Porter off him from time to time, because Porter had to respect that. And Porter was hurt to the body. He just didn't show it. That body punching is tremendous. He's one of the best body punchers in the history of the welterweight division. And that's saying a lot, Logan, because we all know that the welterweight division is the greatest division in history of boxing when it comes to talent. Unbelievable. He's up there. If you look at the greatest body punchers in the history of the welterweight division, we're talking Tommy Hearns, we're talking Sugar Ray Leonard, we're talking Roberto Duran. There's been a lot of great body punchers. Pepino Cuevas. These are guys that could knock you out to the body, just like Errol Spence. Errol Spence is on that level. I'm not saying Spence is as great as those guys, because we have to see when he comes back. He hasn't done enough to be considered as great as those guys. Those guys are a level above Spence because of their longevity and the guys they beat in their career. Oh, we got the Sugar Ray Robinson was a great body puncher. Another great body puncher. But Spence is on those guys' level, those fighters' level when it comes to body punching. And Logan, you make a great point. The best fighters in the world today, all are great body punchers. Naoya Inoue from Japan, probably the greatest Japanese fighter of all time, is a murderous body puncher. A murderous body puncher. We always emphasize a great jab and great body punching with solid defense. That's Errol Spence. And he just beat
that happens to be the best defense, right? I mean, going to the body also is good defense.
Exactly. You're 100% right. Because, the guy's worried about his body more so than trying to hit you.
Exactly. You're distracting him. And that's the thing, like, he goes, but it's not like it's like he peppers maybe the body. He'll throw the jab like 3-4 times and then hit the body. But it's kind of irregular, too, the way he does it. He's very hard to predict, I think, for the other fighter. I don't think they know where he's going to hit.
The only thing you could predict about him is that he doesn't throw. He's not going to throw one punch at a time. The combination is a lost art, not with Errol Spence. He throws punches in bunches. And you see, like against Peterson, he's not throwing 2 punches. He's throwing 5, 6. What's the old axiom that old trainers used to say to these fighters? Is when you fight a guy like a Wilfred Benitez, a Floyd Mayweather, a Willie Pep, a Pernell Whitaker, throw 5, 6 punches. You're liable to land 1 or 2. These guys, they'll throw 1 punch at a time, miss it, get frustrated. Errol Spence comes, and
I would have loved to see what
that would have been. And I would have to go with Spence, because Spence is taller than Floyd, and Spence goes to the body, and he's just as quick as Floyd, and he would force Floyd to fight. He wouldn't be like these other guys who are standing there looking at Floyd. He's not standing there. He's going to take it to you. He's going to make and that would have been a great fight, because Floyd would have been forced to fight. And Floyd would have gotten hit, and I don't know. Floyd got too much heart and what's the word? Machismo and his pride, too much pride to get knocked out. But I see Spence winning a convincing decision, prime versus prime. The Spence that fought Porter against Floyd. Remember, Floyd's not natural welterweight. Spence is a big welterweight. He's 5'10", Floyd's 5'8". He's just as quick as Floyd. He hits harder than Floyd. The only advantage Floyd has over Spence is his defense. That's not going to make it. And he's a better counterpuncher than Spence. But for him to counterpunch Spence, he's going to have to be. It's not like he's going to make Spence miss all day. Spence will miss a lot, but Spence is throwing 5-6 punches.
Yeah, well, yeah. In order for him to counterpunch, he'd have to wait after 5 punches, then counterpunch. It'd be like,
because Spence is not like these other guys. Like when Canelo fought Floyd, trying to outbox Floyd, he was throwing right hand, Floyd duck under, and then smack him with a left hook. No, that's not happening against Errol Spence. So yeah, I'd favor Spence over Mayweather. And shout out to my man Dre. You know what it is on Twitter. Big fan of ours. He's a huge Floyd fan. My man Dre, I'm shouting you out. Floyd does not beat Errol Spence. He loves Floyd. And look, I'm just as big a Floyd fan as you guys, but he does not beat Spence. If he did beat Spence, it would be the fight of his life. Look, he'd have to take the type of punishment Sean Porter did to walk through that. And while Floyd, chin is okay, remember, he's a natural junior lightweight who moved up, and because of his skill set, was able to beat great fighters because he's so great of a fighter. But he's an undersized welterweight fighting a beast at welterweight.
But I think your man would say that Floyd had this uncanny ability to get fighters to fight the fight that he wanted them to fight.
I don't see, but you see, Spence.
Yeah, he's not going to change.
He's a special fighter. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do. He
doesn't succumb to the psychological manipulation, is what you're saying, because that's what Floyd does. He kind of gets you in there.
You go to England in front of 45,000 screaming fans, and it doesn't bother you. That shows that you're a special fighter. Only the great ones do that. Only the great ones can go to your backyard, kick your ass, and then after the fight's over, it's like, yeah, I kicked his ass. Only the great ones. Only the great ones. So finally, in the 7th round, before the beginning of the 8th round, Peterson's trainer's like, look, man, that's it, man. There's no need for you to continue out there. You got no shot in the fucking world, all right? Give it up. So, Peterson didn't want to quit, but his trainer was like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. And Peterson should retire because he got knocked out again in his last fight. Once again, another fighter ruined by a great fighter. And so that after that, his next fight, defending his welterweight championship again against Carlos Ocampo, undefeated fighter from Mexico. Ocampo, I saw a lot of his early career on Via en Español in Spanish, and I thought he was a solid fighter, a decent fighter, but not a pimple on Errol Spence's ass when it comes to talent. I knew he had no shot in the world, and this fight lasted all of 1 round, as from the very beginning, Spence went to the body and knocked him out with a 4-punch combo to the body. To the body. He knocked him out with 4 uppercuts and hooks to the body. Down goes Ocampo, basically holding his midsection as he gets counted out.
That's the thing, man. Like, people don't think that body punching does anything. I don't know why. Like, people think that it doesn't hurt.
Look, and Logan, when you get the guy hurt, he's trying to cover up his face. The body's wide open. I cannot stand fighters that throw wild shots, go to the body. That's what Spence does when he hurts you. That's what Terrence Crawford does. That's what Canelo does. That's what Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns and Alexis Arguello and Roberto Duran did. They hurt you. They go to the body. Now, every once in a while, you have a guy like a Muhammad Ali who's not a power puncher. When you hurt a guy, but he's an anomaly. He's an anomaly.
We got to do a series. We got to do a series, the greatest body punchers in boxing history or something.
Oh, without a doubt. And there have been so many: Mike McCollum, Errol Spence, Roberto Duran, Alexis Arguello, Rocky Graciano, Rocky Marciano, and that's where I give Marciano credit. I've discredited Marciano, 5'8" heavyweight who beat a bunch of 60, 70-year-old men. But one thing Marciano did have, he was a great body puncher. He was a vicious body puncher, and he's definitely one of the all-time great heavyweight body punchers. I'll give him that. Sonny Liston, great body puncher. Mike Tyson, before he became a headhunter, was a great body puncher. Joe Frazier might have been the greatest body puncher in the history of the sport. He beat Ali in the first fight because of the body beating he gave Ali. There have been a lot of great body punchers, and that would be a like this series. That would be a multi-part series. We just do an episode on a guy. Maybe we could do 2 or 3 fighters, Logan, in one show and talk about the body punch.
Yeah, you just do one fight each. That shows
their body punching. It's a lost art. I mean, the best fighters in the world, Lomachenko, like you said, Lomachenko, Usyk, Inoue, Crawford, Canelo, Spence, they go to the body, and they hurt you to the body. And I love it.
Tyson Fury does that, right? Tyson Fury goes to the body.
Tyson Fury, when he beat Klitschko and got the draw against Wilder, he didn't throw any body punches in those fights. He was moving. Who's
the best body puncher in the heavyweight division right now? Usyk?
The best body puncher, Joshua. Oh, no, Usyk. Usyk now. Yeah, Usyk.
Yeah.
My bad, Usyk. Usyk is Joshua's a very good body puncher, but Usyk is the better fighter. Yeah, Usyk is the best body puncher in the heavyweight division. Yes, Alexander Usyk.
So that's how Joshua is going to beat Ruiz.
When he knocked down Ruiz in the first fight, he should have went to the body. No, he headhunted. He walks into a shot that gave him a concussion, and he basically was a dead man for the next 5 rounds before the referee stopped it.
He was floating on cloud 9. But if he would have went to the body like he did against Klitschko, he would have put, especially that fat fuck. There's plenty of body to hit there. Shit. So how did this fucking accident happen on Spence? I mean, did he do? Was it his fault?
I think he was speeding. He hadn't been speeding, Logan. I mean, you not wearing a seatbelt and you driving your Ferrari. You're not going 45 in a 55 mile limit highway. He probably was doing it. I'm speculating, so I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, where do you get the proof?" I'm just speculating. Look at the way the fucking car looks. Fucking Dallas.
You think he was drunk?
There's a heat wave going on Dallas. You know what? Nothing has been released. I'm sure. Look, he's in a hospital. They're taking all types of tests.
They'll tell you.
But wouldn't it come? It wouldn't have come out already.
So nobody else got hurt.
He was in the car by himself.
Right. He didn't hit anybody. He just fucking crashed into a pole or something.
Yeah, no one died, especially him. And you know what? I hope there's a lesson to him because he's got 2 kids. God forbid those kids would have been in the car with him. You know, they would have had their seatbelts on. They would have been. There's no way in the world, even without. They would have died either way.
Yeah, he's lucky.
What if he was driving his kids to school? This was early in the morning.
So we might have to do this show. We would have to do this show again when he finally does retire. But
well, he's not going to fight for a while. That's the thing. We got to see what he looks like when he comes back.
Yeah, we did this. We planned to do the show because we thought his career was over. But
yeah, I thought it was when I saw the picture of that Ferrari, I was like, he's cooked. And they didn't say anything for a few hours. So I'm thinking the worst. And then late yesterday, it came out that, well, that's what they're saying. That's what his people are saying. We don't know for sure. The reports are that he only suffered multiple lacerations, no broken bones.
I mean, but, did he go through a windshield?
He was ejected from his seat. Doesn't mean he went through. He's got cuts on his face, so he has to have gone through the windshield.
I mean, because he didn't have a convertible, right?
But you know, it's a Ferrari. Ferraris are convertibles, aren't they?
Some are.
I'm ignorant of cars, Logan. You know more about cars than me. Aren't Ferraris convertible?
It depends what model.
Ferraris. What happened?
It depends what model you're talking about. I don't know what he's
Well, you
driving.
know what? I'm sure he's got the latest model.
So maybe
the last 3 fights he made millions of his last. He made at least $2 million in each of his last 3 fights. He's got the latest Ferrari.
Yeah, but it could be. Like,
remember,
if it was convertible, then that's why.
And he lives in Dallas, Texas, so it only makes sense that he has a convertible, the rooftop up.
No seatbelt, he just flies out, and he has a few scratches on him.
Yeah,
All right,
maybe he
good
didn't
job.
go through the windshield. Maybe the cuts is from his face hitting the fucking pavement. How the fuck he die?
Dude. Anyway, he's lucky. God,
what a lucky bastard.
God looking over this money.
God.
So,
I thought it was another. He's 29 years old. I thought it was a Magnum TA for you wrestling fans out there. I thought it was that type of thing where a guy gets cut down in his prime.
I just think it's a shame that people like Spence, Crawford, they're not really big names, and a lot of people don't know who they are, but they're such great fighters.
The casual fan really doesn't know who they are. Well, Spence is a bigger star than Crawford because Spence last 2 pay-per-views did very good numbers, while Crawford, I think his neighborhood was the only people that put his last pay-per-view.
Yeah, and but who's big enough to fight Canelo of those 2? I mean, because they're not that much smaller than him, are they?
Canelo's not even 6 feet tall. I think Canelo's like 5'11", and Spence is 5'10".
So they could fight.
Canelo's got a big body, but he's not a tall fighter.
I know, but he's like fighting super middleweight now. Like,
no, he's fighting light heavyweight. He's fighting Kovalev in him up.
He's I wonder if he's gonna get any bigger than that, but probably not. That's
I
probably
can't
the
see him getting
goes.
bigger than 175. He started traditionally Mexican fighters don't go up to too many weight classes.
Gotta eat some more Mexican steaks, man. But
the ones with the steroids in it that he got busted with last year.
Is his so we got the next show that we're going to be doing here though is what?
Next week, next Friday night on ESPN, and I advise all fans, casual, well, the hardcore definitely view, but for the casual fans out there, there are a lot that listen to the show. Next Friday, Alexander Gotchik versus Artur Beterbiev, unifying 2 of the alphabet titles. I'm not going to name them because I don't recognize them, but they're 2 of the best. They're 2 of the 4 best light heavyweights on the planet. Both are tremendous fighters. Gotchik won the title by almost killing Adonis Stevenson. Stevenson was damn near a vegetable after Gotchik gave him a beating. And while Stevenson has recuperated, he'll never step into the ring again. He's done. He's done. You don't come out of a coma with blood on the brain and ever fight again. Artur Beterbiev is one of the scariest punches in boxing today. That fight will be on ESPN next Friday night. Must-see fight. Potential fight of the year candidate because both men are tremendous fighters. Gotchik is the better
on free
boxer.
TV, right?
It's not on ESPN Plus, thank God. It's on ESPN, regular ESPN.
Everybody.
Next Friday night. That'll be our fight recap. And there's a bunch of fights next week. That's the main fight we're talking about.
Where is that fight?
That fight's in the United States. I think it's in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And it's funny, right? 2 Russians. You think maybe they could put it in Russia? No, that fight's in Las Vegas.
Because it's going to be like during prime time, not like 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
because the card starts at 10 o'clock.
Right. Okay, so we're looking forward to that. So we'll be talking about it. And after that, I mean, the next greatest performances.
I'm gonna run down the next few weeks. So that's the 18th. The following week, we will be doing a fight recap, and we've got tremendous fights that weekend. We got the final of the World Boxing Super Series Super Lightweight Tournament. Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor, two of the best fighters, young fighters today, two potential superstars fighting each other in a great matchup. Prograis, a tremendous boxer puncher. Josh Taylor, a tremendous boxer. That should be a tremendous fight. And Shakur Stevenson, that same night, and this fight's on ESPN, so I guess Aram is learning, fighting for his first world title against a very good fighter in Joey Gonzalez, but not good enough to beat Shakur Stevenson. That'll be that we get in the week after. We have the Kovalev-Canelo fight. So and then the week after that, we might, and I'm thinking it's going to be, because I don't see a shot in the world at Donaire beating Naoya Inoue. Early Thursday morning, Naoya Inoue fights Nonito Donaire. Why? Because it's a fight in Japan. You know the time difference. So that's a Thursday morning fight. That's either going to be a fight recap that following weekend for us, or the greatest performances of Naoya Inoue's career.
Oh, you're already going to do greatest performances of him? Because why? If he wins?
If he knocks out Donaire like I think he's going to, and this man has had one spectacular knockout after another the last 2 years. Yeah, he will punch his ticket into our greatest performances in boxing history, which is our unofficial Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you don't. It's weird. You don't wait for these people to like be done.
I don't need to. I don't need to.
You don't need
you
to.
see something. Logan, you could see if a guy is special. You don't have to wait. In boxing, you could tell if a guy's special.
Right.
I remember my father when my father used to look at a guy in the amateurs like Pernell Whitaker or Sugar Ray Leonard when they were amateurs. It would tell me right then and there, that guy's an all-time great. I know he's going to be an all-time great. I could just tell. And I picked that up from my father. I could see a guy when he starts. When I saw Floyd Mayweather in the Olympics in 1996, I knew he was going to be the next one. And my father's like, yeah, you're right, he is. You're right, you see that, huh? You learned something from me. So, yeah, you could tell. Shakur Stevenson, when I saw him in the Olympics, I saw he's going to be a special fighter. You could tell right away. You could tell.
Yeah, they just move different around the ring. They have a different. They're on a different level.
They have that aura. They have that
right.
aura when they come in the ring. Like, yeah, you can't beat me. Whether they're quiet, loudmouth, it's just their aura. And Spence has that aura. Terrence Crawford. The first time I saw him on HBO, I saw that. I was like, damn, this guy's going to be a great fighter. And no one had ever heard of him. He was a replacement. He was a replacement fighter, and I was like, what? And Max Kellerman was announcing the fight with Jim Lattley saying, you know, I've seen this kid in the amateurs and so forth, but I never knew he was this good.
That's cool, man. So we'll be catching up then. So we have a lot of fight recaps. So we'll, if anything, we might do.
This fall. This is one of the best. You know, the first half of this year was garbage. It picked up after Ruiz knocked out. Remember how I was complaining early this year about all these jobber fights,
jobber matches.
All these this good fighter. I was like, what's going on here? Well, you know what? Since
somebody
Ruiz
heard you
beat Joshua, you've had one great fight after another. I mean, the last 2 weeks, Triple G and Spence, those fights are the two top contenders right now for the fight of the year. And Kovalev, Canelo Kovalev could be on that level because these are two guys that don't take a back seat to anybody. Both great punches. Inoue Donaire for as long as it lasts. Fireworks, because both men have one-punch knockout power. Grace Taylor should be a tremendous fight, as is a tremendous boxer-puncher versus a tremendous young boxer. You have some next week's fight, Gachik Beterbiev. Oh, should be a hell of a fight. So, I mean, I got to give it up to Bob Arum, Matchroom, and PBC for they have given us one tremendous fight after another. And the rest of the year, you got the Deontay Wilder-Luis Ortiz rematch. They had that great fight in Brooklyn a year ago. This is a rematch. You have the rematch between Ruiz and Joshua, which the round of the year is that fight when Ruiz went down, got up, and knocked down Joshua, and then he went on to score the upset of the year by knocking out Joshua. Ruiz beats Joshua again in December. He will be the fighter of the year. So you have all these great matchups, a great, great lineup for boxing the second half of this year, and especially the fall.
So who's the runner? I mean, who's in the running for fighter of the year so far?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Errol Spence, Canelo, especially if he beats Kovalev. It'll be Errol's.
Yeah, if he beats Kovalev, that's it.
Yeah, Naoya Inoue, and Andy Ruiz. Those are your top contenders for fighter of the year this year.
Okay. All right, man. Well,
Because think about it. Spence beat Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter. How many fighters today could say they beat those two type of fighters in the same year? You could make a point for Canelo. Canelo beat Daniel Jacobs, and if he beats Kovalev, that's on the same level as what Errol Spence did. And if Ruiz beats Joshua twice, though, that trumps what both of them did. So that's why those guys are your leading contenders. And Naoya Inoue is just destroying one fighter after another. And if he knocks out a Hall of Fame fighter like Nonito Donaire, he's definitely in the running. But Ruiz beats Joshua. He wins hands down.
Cool, man. Let's go to our movie show. What are we doing?
We're doing Us on Sunday, everybody. Us. The Jordan Peele. Am I mistaken? Did I set a record for the highest grossing horror film of all time or close to it?
Yeah, I think it did. I mean,
right?
Actually, I don't know. I think
it did monster numbers.
It is in the running with that. But your opening weekend probably killed
I think
all
I set the record for the opening weekend for a horror flick.
Right. So yeah, we'll check that out. So that's our Halloween
with the
stuff.
very beautiful Lupita. I don't think you have a better, more beautiful skinned woman in the world. That skin is flawless.
Yeah, even in her freaky ass double.
Lovely. That is chocolate personified.
Dark chocolate. No milk.
Oh, yes. No milk whatsoever.
All right, one silver, man. We'll talk soon, man. We'll talk Sunday.
Talk to you Sunday, big man. And I will shout out to all the listeners and keep listening. Keep putting them download numbers for Logan and I, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, peace, everybody. Thanks for listening.